Loved this. Luke actually was not a whiny baby.
All right, so we've got Heir to the Jedi by Kevin Hearn. Haven't got a Kevin Hearn novel again in Star Wars.
Wait, what's that? Part of Star Wars Age of the Rebellion New Canon. 23 books.
This one has 654 ratings. We've got 44% 5 stars. 1 star is only 6%.
That's surprising.
That means it might be like 1 or 2 reviews.
A lot in between. That's bad. So let's go to the... Should we go to the 5 stars or the 1 stars first? What would you like to do?
5 stars.
All right, let's do the positive. Get the positive out of the way.
The best ones come later.
Okay, first person math made me laugh.
Question mark? Like he isn't sure about it.
Right, yeah. It looks like a she. Michelle. I'll admit I was not eager to read this book because I am not a Luke Skywalker fan nor a first-person story fan. I am so glad that I changed my mind and read this book. Not only does Mr. Hearn do a fantastic job in bringing you into the mind of Luke Skywalker with things that every person can identify with, it is a dry heat type of weather to the frustrations of learning how to use the Force, clearing your mind, feeling abandoned by Obi-Wan. You can feel his turmoil as he goes through his adventures in this excellent book about Ben not being around. Oh, and math. I love the math in this book. But I can see... Adam's internet went out. What was I feeling? But I can see how it could turn some people off, even just reading a Matrix paragraph. Overall, I laughed throughout this book, which I was not expecting. And Kevin did such a fantastic job of writing, I got into the first person and didn't even notice.
No, she's on first name basis with the author.
Yeah, wow.
That's great.
Special. That was really bad. I don't like this book one bit. Adam, welcome back.
Oh, thanks.
I think it's now a rule you die on every stream at least once.
Yes.
I'm the Kenny of these streams.
Always coming back.
It's a good one.
Like,
I cried one-off story from the main Star Wars movies. I've seen some conflicting reviews about this book. I think it's a very different perspective about a character we think we know, but this gave us more insight into him like we haven't seen before. It's a great in-between story that's set after A New Hope. The story is good and well written. It's true that it doesn't have huge ramifications to the Star Wars universe, but the narration and the plot kept me interested throughout.
This one says, wonderful and heartbreaking? Not reading that one. Character development. Great story that dives deeper into the character development of Luke Skywalker that we did not get in the original trilogy.
Oh, come on.
What? Come on. I consider this a must-read for those who love Luke Skywalker. Wow. And I want to write a comment.
Just wrong.
I don't want to sign in. Sorry.
Just write no.
I was going to put wrong. Wrong. Get a gif in there of Trump.
That's
wrong.
gotta be a joke. Loved this. Luke actually was not a whiny baby.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a Kevin Hearn fan already. Okay, that explains it. So even though I'm not a fan of whiny Luke Skywalker, I read this book because Kevin wrote it. And I was totally into the Star Wars universe. Until the extremely unfortunate episodes 1 to 3. Back in the day. Loved this. Luke actually was not a whiny baby, and I appreciated the voice Kevin Hearn gave him. Definitely worth reading.
I think he said Luke was not a whiny baby like 3 times in this review.
That's horrible. He sucked in this book. Did he cry about not being able to move a noodle across the table?
Yeah, he was the most whiny in this book.
Luke rules. Excellent story. It was nice to have an adventure from Luke's early years. The story had a nice pace to it. No, it didn't. This is one of the worst books that I've ever read. Good read. Good read.
That's fair.
This one is a great adventure. Growing up with the Star Wars, Luke Skywalker was one of my favorite characters. This book being written by Luke's perspective was really nice. I thought the book flowed very well. The adventure that we get to go through with Luke was awesome. I like this book the best out of the new Star Wars era of books. Well, I wonder, okay, this was 2015, so there weren't that many books out yet.
That one is great. 5 stars. Good price and quality is excellent. Thank you.
Good price. Wow. Luke learned so much. Great story, the most enjoyable of the prequel novels. Only disappointment was author's use of common vernacular, which always rips you out of that galaxy far, far away. Like what? Math? What was he talking about? I know that people freaked out on one of the other books. Aftermath, I think.
Yes, because space diapers and everything. I think in your review of Heir to the Jedi, you mentioned he uses words like hotel or something that you.
That's right. Yes, he's like, "Oh, let's go to the motel." And you're like, "Why aren't you saying something that's more in that like fantasy realm where people use like the inn?" Yeah. That's exactly what I said in the review. That's
I see one, but a great way to get inside the head of Luke Skywalker. Not universe changing to the series, but a great way to get inside the head of Luke Skywalker and find out what is going on through with the Force, or what he's going through with the Force. How we all deal with a great fate. Great storyline about Luke Skywalker.
Fun but sad. This has faint tendrils of Empire. The story is very adventurous and exciting. It winds down fast and suddenly, though. A good read that should not be missed. Ooh, no. Let's go to the 1 stars. How about that? You want to go to the 1 stars?
Yes.
I hope I'll survive the
trash.
All right, this one.
Whoa.
These nerf nuggets are making me thirsty. My name is Luke Skywalker, and I'm going to tell you a story, like in first person and whatnot. It's an easy story to follow. I sort of experience a bunch of completely non-sequential encounters with wholly unrelated characters in random locations. Sometimes it's an Aliens ripoff. Sometimes it's a rom-com. There's something for everyone. It doesn't really piece together, so you won't have to bother thinking too much. Also, I will explain it all to you in super casual Earth teen lingo so that it feels intimate and relevant and such. Hey, remember the time I destroyed the Death Star? Or the time when my uncle Owen and Aunt Beru got burned? Yep, I am that Luke Skywalker. See, every now and then, while telling this story, I will free associate memories like those from my previous exploits in order to remind you that, despite the fact that I, in no way seem to think or act like the Luke Skywalker whose hero's journey and dynamic character development resulted in the courageous destruction of the Empire's ultimate weapon, I am actually that Luke Skywalker. Which is kind of weird and stuff, because in this story, I seem to have regressed so much emotionally and mentally that it's going to be really hard for you to believe I'm legit that same guy. In fact, my nearly paralyzing inability to interact with a human woman may be utterly confounding to you. It is to me. It's as if I, instead of exhibiting signs of some sort of late teen angst, fueled by a potential love interest, I may actually be suffering from brain trauma or Matt Banther disease. See what I did there? Relationship goals, am I right? Oh, remember the time when I wanted to go into the Toshi station to pick up some power converters? I will actually utter those exact same words in this story, completely out of context, to make sure you connect the dots. I will also make nonsensical references to Han and Chewie and have a jaw-droppingly benign scene with Leia, just so you and me are on the same page about the whole I am that Luke thing. Don't even get me started on nerf nuggets or daddy issues. Your eyes can't roll that far back into your head. Literally. Cool? Okay, cool. Listen, I'm going to see if I can figure out what to do with this new lightsaber I picked up around chapter 3 or 4, which ultimately has no bearing on the story and disappears in one of a number of plot holes. Hashtag, may the force be with you. That's a great review.
That is a good one. I like that one.
From the man, the whiny baby himself.
Trash. I hated it and everything about it. Maybe because I hate that Disney took a steaming deuce on all the loyal followers of the original Star Wars canon by killing it is starting over. They got rid of the great writers who brought the original canon to life. I'm sure that children who never read any of the originals might have liked this, but it was painful for me. It's a good one. I like
2018.
that. Oh, fairly recent then, compared to the 2015s. Yes, that's they sold in 2014, right? Or 2015.
They sold in 2012 and killed the Expanded Universe in 2014.
That's right. I always get those dates confused.
There's one. Terrible. Wow. I got to 7 pages and had to write a synopsis I feel explains everything I've read so far. Yes, I purposely wrote the following at a second grade reading level. Dear Diary, it's Luke again. Today I met a girl from another desert planet. She's rich. She's also nice. She said I could fly her ship. We're going to check it out. Looking at ships sometimes reminds me of my best friends forever. Biggs. He just died, but that's okay. This book leaves me wondering where all the pictures are.
She said I could fly her ship. Yes. Luke, sure.
That's second place right there.
Top 3 worst Star Wars books I've ever read. This was so boring, just absolutely awful. I've read every Star Wars book, and the last couple in the new EU have been terrible. It seems they are trying to get all into character and real life and leaving out action and Star Wars magic. This was in the top 3 worst Star Wars book I've ever read.
Hold on.
What?
Poor grammar chased me out of this book by chapter. Poor grammar chased me out of this book by chapter 2. Where is the editor? I understand first-person stories are phrased conversationally, but the non-Luke narration is grammatically appalling from the first paragraphs. If you don't care about grammar, you may like this. I couldn't get through it. There's one that just literally says 1 star.
What I Did on My Summer Vacation by Luke Skywalker, 3rd grade.
This book was terrible. I will say it was better than... This book was terrible. While I will say it was better than the last book to take place in the time, it's by far the 4th worst book behind that and the second zombie ones. And the 2 zombie ones. It reads like a 12-year-old fanboy wrote. So it's referencing Red Harvest, and Death Troopers, which we did the Red Harvest review.
Rob D says I have to put 2 quarters into my computer to keep streaming.
That's funny. 1 star. Took forever to read because it bored me to sleep, usually within 1 paragraph. Okay. Could not finish. Not happy. Another tired Luke book. Greatly enjoyed Lost Stars and Aftermath. Ew. That's where you're wrong.
Wait, what?
That's where you're wrong. They enjoyed Aftermath.
I tried reading one of the Aftermath books, and I did not finish it.
See, this is where you can't dog authors. You know, like this one says, so disappointed in this. Hearn usually writes great stuff. So he just had a flop with the Star Wars, you know?
I really like some of the new EU books. But this one, the real EU Luke is turning in his grave over this watered-down, uninteresting version. Please don't misunderstand. I really like some of the new EU books, but this one is pure...
Is he dead again?
Pure poodoo. Yeah, he's frozen.
He died on the word shit. It's amazing.
Oh, wow.
And he has this interesting look.
Voodoo.
All right, you're back.
Adam, you died with the most interested look. So
Yeah.
I was about to say, I could like as my computer was buffering, I could still hear you guys. We like he died on the word. It's like I can still hear you guys.
It's funny. So it's 1 star. Boring. I wouldn't have even given it 1 star, but the system makes you. That's it.
oh,
That's
Rob
the
D
winner.
says, did Chuck Wendig write that review with Aftermath mentioned? Probably.
Ooh, look at this one. This one mentions the Crystal Star.
Oh
A
no!
book as thin as a
Negligence.
negligee. I haven't disliked a Star Wars novel this much since The Crystal Star. Written in a first-person style, this sounds nothing like the Luke we've come to know. The pacing is horrible. It's more like a bucket list of items that we need to be included before the last page is done. But my biggest pet peeve, and this isn't the only Star Wars book that's ever done this, it's just the worst, is the use names for is that it uses names for items that are just too connected to our reality and really have no place in a galaxy far, far away. Describing a weakened shield as being as thin as a negligee. I don't understand that. I don't even know what that is. Constant referral to bathrooms. That's right. That's another one. When they have been called refreshers. I'm wondering. Sorry, guys. I'm wondering if this author has read any of the previous novels, or has been given carte blanche to reinvent pretty much everything. Most of the recently released canon novels have been good, but this one, so very disappointing.
Sorry, All American Cornbread's comment. Imagine Chuck writing negative reviews on other Star Wars books, but mentioning that his books are good. I can see it.
Yeah, he probably has. We just haven't found it yet. That's funny.
Very disappointing. Poorly written, fanboyish, and overall uneventful. After Tarkin and A New Dawn, this was a large step down. My advice? Skip it.
Yeah, I would say that too.
I cannot express how much this book sucked. Just not a good Star Wars book. Then he wrote, boo. And then he just repeated himself.
We can't read. That's funny. Then there's more. What does this one say? Book in a bad shape, not even with a proper cover. I guess this person got a copy that was not good. Huge disappointment. Plot aimlessly wanders, and you don't feel that it's really Luke telling the story. At the end, you also don't feel as if the story actually advanced anything. Yeah, it's a horrible read.
Inconsequential, lackluster, poorly written. Skip. This book is absolutely abysmal. Not only is it aimless, not only is it poorly written, but, just as everyone else is saying, the real world references and absolutely stupid terms like nerve nuggets or, my favorite, eating sticks make this book incomprehensibly silly. What is the point of this book? It has no value in the canon universe. I've read pretty much every canon book at this point, and all of them feel like they are contributing something substantial to the universe, but this story is completely irrelevant and feels unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
Never anywhere else does Luke ever allude to this woman he is with here. Nothing of note was accomplished here. The negative reviews are right on this one. Skip this book. There is no payoff. It's an utter waste of time.
Coming
Very
from a
true.
top contributor, Star Wars.
Yep.